Good evening, everybody. Welcome to KU6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. I am Dave. That's where ham radio comes to life. I'm going to stream the Sunday Night Tech Net tonight. I needed to take a break from work, so I figured I'd do this. HF's down, so I couldn't play that. So I figured I'd stream the Tech Net. There's a bunch of us come together. If people got questions, they usually jump in the net, go 3 rounds, try to help people out. I also try to learn some things. Because, like my channel's all about, this is where we can learn ham radio together. All right, this net will start here in a few minutes, so I'm going to take a standby for a minute and we'll get going here in a few minutes.
I do want to say that KCCAE is streaming this net on his YouTube channel, The Hillbilly Ham. So if you want to hear yourself on radio, that's a good way to do it. If anybody has any announcements, please come down. Not heard anything, so we might as well just jump in and get start with KE0, KZY, Billy. Tell me what happened to your radio during the last net. We all lost you, and we're worried about it.
UNSC K0 KZY here. Tom, I don't know what's going on, but man, there's a terrible noise coming in whenever you key up. I don't know if it's a repeater or what the deal is, but it seemed like it just started. And anyway, I want to tell you before we go further, I want to apologize for bailing on you guys Friday night on that 10-meter net. I just had too many things going on at once, and I got frustrated, and I thought I just got to get away from it for it all. So if there was a problem, it was on my end. So I hope we're good on that. Over.
All right, I just broke the radio. Is that noise still in there?
Tom, you got something terrible screaming on your transmission.
Transmitting.
I'm transmitting.
That is much, much better.
I didn't change anything, so maybe someone was doubling with me. I'll come back to you in the second round if you have no more to say. If you do have more to say, then please do. All right, you're quick keying, and I kind of knew what you were saying, but not for sure. We'll go ahead and go on to Dave out in Rogersville. KE6GAE, what do you have for the net tonight?
KC0NSC and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Oh, not a whole lot to start with. I'm just here to listen for questions and maybe learn a thing or two. Not looking forward to going back to work. Today, at least, with the severe stuff that came through, we got a little spared. Friday night, just west of us is where that tornado touched down for a short, brief time, EF0 in Rogersville. So it's been a fun year so far. I don't want any more damage on the house. Other than that, that's all we got for the first round, so we'll pass it back to net control. KE6GAE, back to net control.
All right, Dave, I certainly want to thank you for streaming the net tonight. Great deal. Yeah, we had some really hard rain and wind here today and had a lightning strike, I guess, on one of the power poles nearby or something. Power went down for about 2 minutes and then recovered. Just long enough to make me have to reset all the clocks. And I'm not happy with that, but whatever. I'm on the inside antenna right now. I don't see any weather, but you never know what might happen, so I'm good to go. And I hope you didn't get too much damage on your house. We'll come back to you in the second round, and we'll go now to KC0QA. Richard?
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Got a bunch of wind and rain over here on the northwest corner. Had several years ago, I seen something on TV and called a chimney starter for charcoal. I thought, you know, everybody uses those, and they look fairly good, do a fairly good job, and I'm like, you know, I gotta just go try that. So I went to Walmart, bought one, been using it ever since, and I've got a little one and a big one, and it depends on what I'm doing on the barbecue grill to what I use, which one, big or little. Longer barbecues, I use the big one. I usually don't let them get up as far. But that was the only thing that got blown around over here. I think I had a couple of little twigs that fell out of the tree over here. I got a dead one, so I think a couple of little ones fell, and that was about it. Other than that, ain't nothing else going on. Sitting here reading the mail. Hi. KC0QA, back to you.
Okay, Richard, I'm glad you're all right. Weather can do some real bad things. Early this morning I woke up, there was standing water in the street, which means the storm drains were overloaded. But they've gone down now, and the standing water has gone down. But we had some fierce rain, between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., I think, sometime in there. It didn't last a whole long time, so, and I don't know of any damage over here, so relatively safe. I'm going to move on to N0KTM. Kevin, your turn. Go ahead.
All right, this is N0KTM over here in East Springfield. Thanks, Tom, for running the net tonight. Yeah, we got, I think I saw on my rain gauge on our way out to church this morning was about 3.5 inches, and that was from Friday night just after the net. I think that's when I put the rain gauge out. I take it in the wintertime so it doesn't freeze. And had forgotten to put it back out, and I ran out and it was already raining Friday night, so yeah, about 3.5 inches. So got quite a bit of rain here, and a little bit of wind. Got some branches down in the yard again. So I'm gonna have to pick those up before I mow. Probably mow tomorrow. Put some water in the roller and see if I can roll some of the bumps out of my yard with it as I mow. But not much else going on around here. Had a good meeting last night over at the Salvation Army. Learned a lot about Alan Busick. That guy is crazy. I think he's crazy. Climbing 1,000-foot towers. Nope, not for this bird. But he does quite a bit of that. I guess his ex-wife though has banned him from doing any of that really tall stuff anymore. So he's got several out at the undisclosed compound out in Webster County that he's putting up for his new CTH. So that he showed us some pictures of that. That was quite interesting. Anyway, I think that's enough for me for this round. I'm going to turn it back to you, Tom. This is N0KTM. Back to KC0 NSC Net Control.
All right. Well, thanks for that. When I worked for Translator TV in Estes Park, Colorado, I climbed towers up to about 60 feet. And telephone poles. We had some of our antennas on telephone poles. And that, to me, is more dangerous than climbing a tower. At least you got things to hold on to. That can go real bad real quick. But I can't climb anything these days. So I just watch everybody else. Yeah, 100 feet? I don't think so. 1,000 feet? Wow! Really? That's crazy. All right. We'll catch you in the second round, and we'll move on to the next in line, KF0LKI. Kyle, what do you have for the net tonight?
Well, thanks for joining the stream, Kelly.
Hey, good evening. I'm running battery power at the moment. Paul and I made a go box for me. I'm sitting in my garage. Sun's out. I don't really have anything for the net right now. KF0LKI.
Doing great for battery power. You're full quieting, and maybe you'll think of some other things to say by the time the second round comes. And we'll move on to KF0KUA. Bob.
KF0KUA. Thanks for running the net, Tom. We appreciate that. And happy Easter to everybody.
Yeah, it's a tech net for the
you all
smart club that I
stayed
check into. I
safe
just
today.
decided to
We
stream
got
it
rain
tonight.
and wind
So
here at home.
I wouldn't be
Southeast
tempted to do some
Springfield,
work. I'm taking a break from my
nothing
regular job.
of much
I'm not doing too
significance,
much
so
work this
that was
weekend.
good.
But yeah, it's
And,
146, not 640.
glad to be on the TechNet tonight, and that'll be it for round number 1, but we'll catch you on the next round. KF0KUA.
And the radio was probably.
All right, Bob. Great to have you on. We'll catch you in the second round, and we'll move on to KE0 ZKM Marvin out in Battlefield.
Good evening, Tom, and everybody on the net. Kilo Echo Zero, Zulu Kilo Mike. Not much going on here, just getting out an old laptop I've got. A friend of mine wants me to program him some little Baofangs for emergency communications should something happen. So I'm just trying to get this old laptop up and fired and get chirp on it, and so I can get those frequencies programmed in tomorrow evening. We've got a safety team meeting, and I was going to do that either before or after that. Other than that, not much going on here, so I'm going to send it back to Net.
All right, Marvin, good luck with all that. I tried to set up NetLogger on my Dell tonight, and
Yeah, they're supposed to be working on an all-star node, is what I've heard. But I'll get you checked in by proxy, since you jumped by the stream.
computer, because that's the one I use in the shack, and I don't want to move the Samsung to the shack. Yeah, I got to figure out what happened there. That's not good. All right. Thanks for your comments. We'll catch you in the second go-around. Next on the list, KF0TRY. Ken?
Hello, 0TRY. Something going on. My wife and I, we are taking flooding. But other than that, really no other questions. That's really, thankfully I was able to figure that out.
Okay, Ken, you're not holding the repeater. Signal's real weak there. You might try to move around or something, and we'll give you a chance on the second round. I have no idea what you said, and I bet most everybody has no idea. All right, that's the bottom of the list. Who's out there wants to get in? This is KC0NSC, tonight's net control. Please come now.
Comment.
Go ahead with your comment.
In the AIM window, KE6GAE, check-in by proxy, Whiskey 0, Uniform Quebec, Juliet. He's in Granby, so can't get into the repeater.
Oh, that's a shame. I bet that, like he said, he's in a live stream or something. I've heard him before coming in from Granby. It's just too weak tonight.
No, I don't think, Tom, I don't think that's who that was on the repeater. I think that was somebody else. KE6GAE.
Oh, you're thinking that Kenneth, KF0TRY, that wasn't him?
That might have been him. No, I'm talking about the one to check in by proxy that's watching the live stream right now. He's the one that can't get in from Granby right now.
Hey, now I got it. He didn't show up in the view monitors window at all. I don't know. Put him on the list.
Yeah, that's why I said check in that W0UQJ by proxy because he's watching the live stream. He's the one. And no, it's KF0TRY is definitely the one that tried to get in. He said he's on a walking trail, seeing the flooding, and that might be why he can't get in. So he's in a valley.
Was that W0UQ? That comes up with somebody named Lee out in Bedford, Maine.
Add a J, Juliet, to the end of that. W0UQJ.
finally I got it in there. Thanks for that, Dave. Once again, I'm going to call. Is anyone out there wanting to get in? Please come now.
Yeah, he left a letter off, Kelly.
All right, we are going to go back up to the top. I'm not hearing anybody, so we'll go to KC0KZY. Billy, it's your turn again for additional comments.
Yeah, KC0NSC, KC0KZY. Yeah, Tom, if you didn't hear what I said earlier, I said I'm sorry I bailed on you guys on that 10-meter net Friday night. I just had too much stuff going on all at once, and I just got frustrated and just had to get away from things for a while. So if there was a problem, it was on my end, not you guys. So anyway, sorry about that. But I don't get on TechNet real often, but it's a pleasure to be on here and doing a great job running the net tonight as usual. And we did have a good meeting last night and enjoyed being there. So with that, I'm just riding out the rain like everybody else. Looks like tomorrow might be a pretty day. So with that, Tom, I'll turn it back to you.
Stick around for the 73 round. I assume that was your 520 you were using, and I don't know if you ever got close to getting Kevin or I tuned in, but the last I saw, you were way high in frequency, and I was trying to run up there and find you, and I think I got close, but I think that by then you were all frustrated and didn't want to talk anymore, so maybe next time we can get it together a little better. We're going to go ahead and move on to KE6GAE, Dave, out in Rogersville again. Additional comments, sir?
KC0NSC and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. I got a question. If you were going to build a sky loop and you didn't have trees, would you build it in a square? Or how would you build it? And about how high would you go up? So I'm thinking about putting up a sky loop on my property.
I like delta loops myself, but a square won't hurt anything.
Actually, I meant a delta loop. I'm not sky loop, full length sky loop. I do not have enough property for that. That's like 600 feet for a full wavelength for a sky loop. I meant a delta loop.
You know, I have that antenna book from the ARRL that covers delta loops, and you're certainly welcome to peruse it. It's got a lot of information about how to construct and maintain a good delta loop for whatever frequency you want to do. There is one design in there that is primarily 40 meters, but will do 20 and it will do 10. And of course 15 meters. So you might take a look at that if you want to.
I might come borrow that, Tom. And the more I think about it, I still might do a sky loop as well, because I could probably do a half-wave sky loop on my property. I just got to figure out with no trees how I'm going to put it up.
Oh, if you don't make it for 80 meters, I think you'll do okay. A 40 meter is kind of conservative. And, 160 meters would be prohibitive.
All right, so I'll see what everybody else is. I just wanted to get a technical proposition going around and see what everybody's thoughts were. So we'll pass it back to net control. KE6GAE, back to net control.
All right, thanks, Dave. We'll catch you in the 73 round, and we'll go to the next person on the list, Richard, KC0QA. What do you have for additional comments?
Howdy, howdy, KC0QA. Well, at one point in time, I don't know what you want to call it, it may be a delta loop, or a loop of some sort, but at one point in time, somebody gave me a piece of coax that had a longer piece attached to it that had everything that went. Basically, you had two ends of it, and then they made it out of the old phone line. All four little pieces of copper twisted together, going to a screw on one side and the other side of it going to the other screw on the other side, and you just had to basically put it out in the yard, and I think that's called a Delta loop, but I had it for a year or so. It didn't work too bad. I just didn't have enough ways to hang it and enough string to get it up where it needs to be, to as high as it needs to be. So that was my
So what are your thoughts on that, Kelly?
Didn't work too bad whenever I had it. It was a little low to the ground and couldn't really get out there too good, but it worked a little bit. So I got this round. We'll see everybody next round, KC0QA.
Alright, Richard. Yeah, Franklin used to have a Delta loop made out of zip wire or whatever, zip line. And it broke several times. The antenna brigade had to go over there and fix it several times. But when it was working, he got into the 10-meter net with no problem. And we could hear him just fine. So, of course, you can set a Delta loop to where it'll transmit in vertical orientation or horizontal. And you could even do a switch on that and decide whether you want to go vertical or horizontal with the switch. So now Delta loops are really flexible. We'll go on to N0KTM Kevin, and Richard will catch you in the 73 round.
Yes, that was my introduction. This is N0KTM over in East Springfield. Hey, Richard, those chimney-style charcoal starters, yeah, I had one back when I still had a charcoal grill. I made one out of it. It was either an old coffee can or it was like a high-C juice can or something like that. Stuck a piece of aluminum flat bar on the side of it, bent around for a handle, and yeah, it worked really, really good. Tossed a piece of crumpled up newspaper in the bottom of it, and throw some charcoal in it, and strike a match to the bottom underneath the grill grate, and within just a few minutes you'd have some nice toasty charcoal for sure. Those are really great. Let's see. What else? Yeah, one of the things Alan talked about last night, he bought several things off of a website called purplewave.com. It's auction site. They do a lot of municipal stuff and this and that, a lot like the government one, but this is states and state agencies and stuff. He bought a couple of pretty good sized towers from them at times, and a couple of other things. I was just looking at their site. Anybody want 66 Vertex VXR 700 repeaters? They got them sitting there. The Kansas Department of Transportation's got 66 of them they're trying to get rid of. Current bid on them is like $1,300, but you got to drive to Garden City, Kansas to get them. But yeah, they'll do 70 centimeters or 2 meters. Kind of an interesting deal, but I don't think I need 66 of them. Probably not. XYL will probably frown on spending $1,500 on some radios and then have to drive 1,000 miles to go get them. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for me for this round. Hopefully the weather is over and we can get back to something normal, except for all of the maple whirligigs that I have everywhere. I've got like 8 maple trees on my property, and they're everywhere. It looks like a carpet out on my asphalt driveway right now. But anyway, so I'm going to turn it back to you, Tom. This is N0KTM, back to KC0 NFC.
All right, Kevin. 1,500 a piece or 1,500 for all of them? Either way, I don't need one. Nope.
Yeah, it's 1,500, or yeah, its current bid is like 13 something for the whole lot of 66, and they've also got duplexers in another lot. So you could probably spend several $1,000s getting that ready, and then what are you going to use for antennas and towers? So, yeah, not for me.
I don't know of anybody that can use that quantity. That's their problem. Instead of selling them separately, single unit at a time. Yeah. All right, we'll catch you in the 73 round, and we'll move on to KF0LKI. Kyle, try it again.
Yes, sir. KF0LKI. Hey, anybody dip their toe in the POC radios? Push to talk over cellular? I bought a new radio. It's got ham groups, it's got GMRS groups, it's got weather groups, it's got hiking groups and outdoor adventures, it's got sports channels. It's kind of cool. There's a all group channel, I guess, kind of like a DMR setting. If you ever try one of those, it's somebody was in there cussing the other day and they kicked him off, so it was kind of cool. Turned out to be another ham in California. But so far it's pretty cool.
Yeah, who makes that?
The radio I've got is called Talk to Me. It's out of Chicago.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't heard of that. Back when I worked for Xerox, we all had cell phones that were made by Motorola, which also had the push-to-talk feature, which went over the cell towers, but that's the closest I've seen to anything like that.
Yep, I've actually just got the base model. It's a little handheld. They've got one that's a radio and a cell radio. They've got a UHF added onto it, and they've got one that's a UHF and then cell and Wi-Fi as well. But maybe eventually I might get another one, but right now this one's just fine. Anyway, it's pretty cool so far. I've only had it for a couple days now. Anyway, back to net.
All right, and Dave chimed in on Almost Instant Messenger to say it's a Nextel product, so I'll have to look at that. Thanks for bringing that up. Great second round for you. We'll catch you in the 73 round, and we'll move on to KF0KUI, or KUA. I don't know where I got the I from. Robert, here in Springfield. Take it away.
This is KF0KUA. I would be more fancy, but K is fine too. Anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to get back into my original setup, which wasn't much of a setup after getting back into town. So I've got to get my 10 meter set back up and my antenna back up, and maybe I'll tweak it and toy around with it, trying to figure out a vertical on that. So we'll get her going. But other than that, back in the interior antenna business for the next couple of weeks. This is KF0KUA. Back over to net.
All right, Bob. We'll catch you in the 73 round. And we'll move on to Marvin. KE0ZKM, it's your turn.
Roger. I appreciate it, sir. Kilo Echo 0 Zulu Kilo Mike. I think what you meant by Nextel was the push to talk. You had the cell phone, and then you had the push to talk direct to them. That was Nextel. I used to love my Xtel. We used it all the time. Not much else going on right now. I don't have any other comments, so I'm just going to send it back to net control.
Back in, and there's a link in there to that Talk to Me radio. So that's the continuance of his discussion there. We're going to go ahead and try KF0 TRY Kenneth again, out there walking around on a walking trail. I hope you found a hotter spot.
KF0 TRY. Yeah, I think I'm in a better spot now. Sorry about that. Are you getting me okay?
Much better.
Alright, good deal. So, yeah, no, what I was saying was really nothing going on. The only thing that I had going was trouble with a Yaesu MQ-65 not transmitting, but I finally figured that out. And Dave was able to confirm that with me just a few days ago. Other than that, just a few other new things that I'm starting to figure out, and that's Meshtastic. But I'm slowly trying to figure that out. But other than that, nothing else going on. KF0 TRY, back to you.
All right. Thanks for those comments. We'll catch on the 73 round. And next up, we got W0UQJ. Kelly out in Granby. I understand that he can be heard on the stream, but not heard on the repeater. So we'll let him talk for a while, and maybe Dave can come in and kind of tell us what he had to say.
No, Tom, I can't hear him, and he hasn't typed a question in. Actually, he just said he's got to run. So he just cut out right before, so you can mark him out. But I was waiting to see if he had any questions, but I just gotta run. So W0UQJ is gone for the net now.
All right, I've marked him appropriately, and that's the bottom of the list. So, who's out there that wants to sneak in at the bottom of the second round? This is KC0 NSC. Tom, please come now.
KB3GKX. Kilo Bravo 3. Golf Kilo X-Ray. Andrew in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay, Andrew, I got to fix NetLogger. It puts you on the wrong line, and so I'll see if I can't get that straightened out. But you go ahead and take a turn.
Alrighty, I'd like to say good evening to everyone on the net here. The weather finally cleared up. Clouds in the sky, but the sky's fairly blue, and a little bit of wind going on. But yeah, I'd like to say to the one guy there about the charcoal burner. I've got one of those. They're very handy.
Appreciate it. Definitely helps out with,
yeah, you
YouTube
load your charcoal in and maybe stick a little newspaper underneath and light it up, and before you know it, you've got a nice hot bed of charcoals to put in your burner. So, yeah, those are definitely handy. I picked mine up a long time ago, and I've used it maybe 4 times, and I love it. They work good. And, well, I'm doing some radio programming and programming up my Linko MD500 2-meter 440 analog DMR radio, getting some channels programmed in it. Messed up a few, but I see what I messed up, so I see now what I need to correct. I'm going to let this drop real quick. And, just doing some antenna testing. Went to the Raytown Hamfest on Saturday,
and picked up a Motorola Spectrum VHF 5/8 wave mobile antenna. Boys, it got one heck of a whip on it. It's tuned Motorola Spectrum 136 to 174 VHF antenna. Then I picked up a Larson NMO 150 antenna, and just testing them out, seeing which one seems to receive the best. And I've got the Motorola Spectrum 136 to 174 antenna on the car right now. And from what I can tell, it seems like the Larson NMO 150 is going to be the winner. It seems to pick up a lot better than the Motorola Spectrum 136 to 174 antenna. It picks up all right, but I definitely don't think it picks up as good as the Larson NMO 150 antenna. So I'm just kind of testing them out, see which one receives the best. And it looks like the Larson antenna is going to beat the Motorola Spectrum antenna. So, all right, KB3GKX, back to net.
Is a great antenna. I've had that before, and they're hard to beat, that's for sure. So I'm sure you'll have good luck with that. Hey, welcome aboard. Thanks for jumping in there. We'll catch you in the 73 round. And that leads us to the bottom of the list again. Is there anyone else out there that wants to get checked in? Not hearing anybody, so go back up to the top of the list, and we'll begin our 73 round with Billy, KC0KZY.
Yeah, KC0NSE, KC0KZY here. Well, I like to experiment with things, and tonight I started out trying to use some headphones on 2 meters. And I like to use headphones because of my hearing problem. It works great on the HF bands, but for 2 meters, I mean, it sounded terrible. And I got good headphones, so it's not the headphones because they work good on HF, but they sure wasn't made for 2 meter. And anyway, that's about all I got. And I'll just say thanks again, Tom, for doing that tonight. And I hope everyone has a great week. 73s, everybody. KC0, KZY, back to net control.
Okay, Billy. Yeah, you're a lot louder this time. Actually, louder than you need to be. Definitely no problem hearing you. I hope you had a great Easter. Have a fine week coming up, and we'll catch you on another net down the way. And we'll move on to KE6GAE, Dave out in Rogersville, 73 round.
KC0NSC and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Thanks for doing the net tonight, Tom. Only got a 3-day work week. That part's nice, but looks like we're going to have rain at the end of the week, which is not good because the next club, we're taking our trailer to the Moore Expo for Friday and Saturday. So hopefully we don't have rain. But other than that, hopefully everybody has a good week. And I do have one question for Kyle. How much does that SIM card cost every year for that POC radio? I'm not a fan of them because if the cell service goes down, that radio's down. But other than that, that's all we got. So we'll pass it back to net control. Say 73, doll, and everybody have a good week at work. And thanks for doing the net again, Tom. KE6GAE, back to net control.
All right. We'll let Kyle answer when it comes up his turn so he can hold his taters till his beans cook. I would have thought it had an eSIM, but I guess not. Okay. Once again, thanks for doing the stream, and we'll catch you some other time. Hope you had a happy Easter. Have a great week. KC0QA, Richard, it's your turn now.
Well, I don't remember who it was that said purplewave.com, but I've been sitting here spacing out looking at drilling all over my keyboard about some of these things that are on there. There's some interesting stuff on here. I just happened to find a little side thingy that said, hey, electronics. So I went over and looked at electronics, and now I see a couple of more things I want to go over here and check on, see about them.
Oh, sorry about that.
Definitely don't have the money to go out here and bid. 1994 Landau tilt deck equipment trailer, current bid $6,000. $6,600. I got another one in here for $9,300. Yeah, that's a little bit outside my purview, so I think I'll keep my money in my pocket and do something else. Everybody have a good week. We'll talk to you next Sunday, which will be my net. We'll see you then, KC0QA.
All right, Richard, you have a great week. Thanks for your comments. And 7-3 from KC0NSC. N0KTM, Kevin, it's your turn to put a bow on it.
Right, Tom. This is N0KTM over here at East Springfield. Again, thanks, Tom, for running the net tonight. Got a couple of comments about things that have popped up here. First one is the radios that Kyle was talking about. As Dave pointed out, those use cell towers. There's another outfit called Rapid Radio that is just inundating my Facebook feed. There are advertising as emergency radio things. Sorry, gang, but those, if the cell networks go down, they're gone, because that's what they do. They use these cell phone networks. Yeah, that's great when everything's up and running, but it may not be great for emergency uses. The other thing was Billy. I would just about bet that you're plugging those headphones into the rear jack on your 2-meter, 70-centimeter radio. That is not a headphone jack. That is an external speaker jack, 8 ohms impedance. A lot of, or most headphones are higher impedance than that, and that may be where you're getting the issues with quality. Almost all HF radios actually have phone jacks on them, so they are set up to plug headphones into with impedance matching for that. So that may be an issue with that. May have to come up with some kind of a matching network for your 2-meter radio to make that work. Other than that, my voice is just about shot on me, so I'm going to say 73, everybody, and turn it back to you, Tom. This is N0KTM. Back to KC0NSC Net Control. 7-3. Everybody have a great week.
All right. I had the impression, and I could be wrong, that it was a headset with a boom mic, and I thought he was going in the mic input there and picking the audio off of there too, but I could be entirely wrong. Who knows? Anyway, N0KTM 7-3 from KC0NSC. We'll catch you next time.
Comment.
Good.
Yeah, this is KC0KZY. I'd like to thank N0KTM for that information. I learned the hard way. Anyway, but thanks anyway, Kevin. Have a good one.
So Kevin was right. How about that? Next on the list, KF0LKI. Kyle, you get to answer the question about the SIM card.
Hey, KF0LKI. It came with a SIM card. It's a dual slot, so you can put in 2 different ones if you want. it uses 3 different network towers. So the one I've got in there right now that came with it is an AT&T U.S. Cellular, and or I can't remember the other one, something else. But it uses 3 different cell towers at once, so you won't lose signal right away. And right, the other guy said, I wouldn't use this for an emergency. If the cell towers go down, you're out of luck. So I stick to ham radio or GMRS, but for the network and stuff, it works really well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right, and Kevin's right. If the grid goes down, the cell towers will work until the batteries fail, and I don't think those batteries will last all that long. But anyway, it's a nifty little radio, and sounds like fun. 7-3 to you, Kyle. Have a great week. Next on the list, KF0KUA, Bob.
This is KF0KUA. Thanks again for running the net, Tom. And I don't have much else for the net tonight, other than to say 73 to everyone, and hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend, which is what's left of it. And I'm going to go make a pizza. So we'll talk to you all next time around. KF0KUA.
All right, I had my pizza a couple of nights ago. I hadn't had a pizza in about 2 years, and I was over near Pizza Hut and stopped in there and got a meat lover's pizza. Man, those are expensive nowadays. And, but man, was it good. Yeah, it's great. I just can't keep picking out on that. I'd have to go to some place with a little bit lower prices, maybe. KF0KUA 73. Have a great week. Next up, KE0ZKM Marvin. It's your turn for the 73 round.
Good evening, Tom, and everybody else on the net. Not much else going on here. I've got my fingers in enough pots, so I don't think I'm going to try any more radios for right now. I have enough projects going on trying to get everything figured out. It is nice when you get it figured out, but it's really frustrating when you can't. So I'm going to stick with where I'm at for right now. I'm not going to dip my fingers in any more pots or anything like that. So other than that, I'm going to say 73 all. Thanks for running the net. Have a great evening, and thanks for being there.
All right. KE0ZKM 73 from KC0NSC. Marvin, have a great week, and we'll catch you next time. KF0TRY. Ken, it's your turn.
KF0TRY. Nothing else going on, no other callers. I'll just, I guess, leave it at that. Thank you for doing the net. And 73 to everyone.
All right, you have a fine one. KF0TRY 73, and we'll catch you next time. And we'll skip down to KB3GKX. Andy, it's your turn.
Alrighty. Yeah, not much more to say. Just sitting here at the Walmart parking lot here on West Bypass and Sunshine, and just got out of the store there, picked up a few items, so ready to head home and call it a night. Got some things to do early in the morning, so I was listening to the net here and really enjoyed it. One quick question, what time does this net start here on this repeater on Sundays? KB3GKX, back to net.
All right, Andy, it's supposed to start at 7 p.m. local time. And goes on till we're done. There's also 2 Friday night nets, one on 10 meters, that's at 28.410, and one on 2 meters, that's called the TGIF net, and that's on 146.91. The 10 meter net begins at 7 p.m., the 2 meter net begins at 8 p.m., so hope to see you on one of those.
Okay, very good, very good. Got it written down here. So, alrighty, excellent. KB3GKX back to net.
All right, Andy. 7-3. Have a great week. That's the bottom of the list, and we'll look for either latecomers or comments. Please come now.
Comment.
There's one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Andy, you're shown when he popped you up in NetLogger as being from Strattonville, PA. How did you come to be with us here in the Ozarks?
Okay, well, yes, I lived in Pennsylvania, born and raised in Pennsylvania, and I've got some friends up this way, and just, got burned out on Pennsylvania, and so a few friends here have been bugging me to come up this way, and so I come down several times in the past, checked it out, and I enjoy the area, and so this is where I'm at, Springfield area, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Definitely glad I made the move.
Right. Well, welcome to the Ozarks, and check us out. The club meets on the 3rd Saturday of every month out at the Salvation Army. And coming up on the 3rd of May, we have our Tech Day out at Jordan's shop. You go out to the Spark website and check out the details there. There's a map and everything with all the details about that. So you're welcome to come and check us out and see what we're all about.
Pretty sounds interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Can you explain the tech thing a little more to me? What do you guys do?
It's basically another opportunity for hams to get together. Jordan has a complete radio shop there, test equipment and antennas and everything. We invite anybody to bring in any broken gear that they've got. They need programming help. We've got a laptop with programming software on it, and just kind of general camaraderie. We usually have some kind of a program. I guess I got roped into that Saturday doing a tutorial on NetLogger. For anybody who would be interested in hosting or being net control for any of our nets. So there's that, and we also have food. So yeah, it's a really fun time. We have a great time out there.
Yeah, it definitely sounds very interesting. Yeah, I think I'll definitely take you up on the offer because I definitely like to learn new things that other people know that I do not know. So, that's part of ham radio, teaching each other and learning from other hams that know more than you do. So, yeah, I think I'll definitely take you up on it. When is the next get-together?
It is May 3rd, 2 weeks from yesterday. and it's like I said, it's out at Jordan's shop. Go out to smart.org and check it out. There's going to be a tab there that talks about Tech Day, and it'll have a map and all the pertinent information that you need to know.
Hey, very good. All right. Yeah, it sounds definitely interesting to try something new. Okay, very good, KB3GKX. Back to net.
All right, Andy. Like I said, 7-3 from KC0 NSC. Catch you some other time. Is there anyone else out there that would like to say a word or check in? We're about ready to close this net if you don't.
Late, Tom, N0 KKB.
Well, come on ahead.
I'm just a little late here. Been listening to the other stuff, the weather stuff. Anyway, everything's going okay here, so good to hear you guys. So appreciate you letting me jump in there, N0 KKB.
Harold, thanks a lot. Did you have anything to say to the net?
Well, I just wish everybody well. Nothing really there, so just enjoy hearing you. So that's all I got. N0 KKB clear. Thanks.
All right, Harold. I hope you had a great Easter, and hey, have a great week coming up. I hope the rain stops and everybody gets along just fine. Great to have you on. N0 KKB 73 from KC0 NSC.
All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and shut the net down. Trying to break my microphone here. That should be over. But I want to thank everybody that stopped by. Everybody stopped by. Anybody else stops by? Watch the video later. Give me a like. Definitely appreciate it. I'm working on building a new Pi 5, and I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. So maybe I'll do a live, and we'll figure out what to do with it. There's a couple of things. Other than that, I'll say 73 on. Hope you have a good week. I want to remind everybody, excuse me, that next weekend is More Expo and the Nix Amateur Radio Club. We will have our communications trailer out there. So if you're in Overlanding, come on out. Stop by and say hi. All right, everybody. 73. Have a good week. K6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. This is where ham radio comes to life. And we'll catch you all later. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize I was sitting on the switch.